What's happening today? This is the responsible daddy hour with Big Pontiac. So I just come and with the baseline being that, men are in their children's lives and in a positive way and sending out the vibes for that. I don't think it's highlighted enough. Certain communities, dads is trashed. Fathers are trashed. And so we need some voices out there and saying, wait a minute. There are men out here that is trying. Men out here that's doing what they're supposed to be doing for their family. And that's kind of what I come on. Now, hey, Derek, what's happening? Now, I will talk about a little Super Bowl honeymoon is, I done bet so many people, I forgot. My oldest son came by, gave me a bunch of money. I was like, oh, shit, because we bet Thursday. His goofy boys came over. All my hedge bets won. Because, again, they didn't cover. My only Ram pick that I won was when I bet Saturday. I think, was it Friday night? Friday night or Saturday night, it came up with the 5.5. I found somebody giving up 5. That was the better bet. But yeah, my hedge bets won. So, I talked shit on Zach's Hubbard, because he came out of hiding today. And I was like, yeah, I took an L. But really, I'll say this, betting on the Bengals in 4, you won. Hey, Barbara, thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. And so, yeah, so it's kind of cool. It was kind of cool. It turned out good. It's beautiful here. Like my clock says 14 degrees. I don't have a car running. I turned the car off. And everybody else seemed to have their cars running. But it ain't cold at all. I mean, this is just, I got a thermal underneath, but this is just a little, I like the fuzzy stuff. And shout out to Macy's. This is Weatherproof Vintage. That's the brand. Macy's and a couple other places sell it. This shit was like $70. I got this shit for $10. $10. This shit. Fuzzy. Love it with the all year round Kango. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Ismail, what's happening? Yeah, so it's been fun. And it's like I do a lot of work in sports. I do a lot of research. I break down a lot of film. People think I just like little snippets that I show, but I'm constantly looking at stuff, spinning it backwards. I mean, that's all kind of the life they give. I study the stocks. I study crypto. I study gold because like when you have jewelry, your jewelry is one of the things that floats. As the prices float, your jewelry floats. Now, gold is the best because you can get almost, in some instances, about half of what you invest into it if you get in a pinch, but a lot of times you can get almost 70-80% back. So in a pinch, if you needed that. So I study so much, and I'm not just glued into one thing. I'll say this though, one reason why I come on sports and the cheating and manipulating of sports is, like, if you look at like I talk about Hanukkah, the giver of movement and measure, and we talk about creation, and we talk about what tones it took that turned it into a matter-based policy. I mean, it took certain tones too. So once the giver pushes. But one thing that the creation stories show is when all the other creations come in, so did the ball field. The ball field came in too. So that moving energy, that competitive energy, I mean, that's why it's spiritual. Sports are spiritual. And they've turned something spiritual into something totally corrupt. They made you think because you play in winter leagues that don't mean nothing. You play softball, that don't mean nothing. That ain't pro, when in fact it's considered semi-pro. Because they want the only stars to be on the stars on TV. The stars that children can't reach out to. And that goes back into positive dads. Some of young people's first positive man is their father. And I know from experience, you have to be taught how to love from your father. I'll say this, it's like your mother comforts you, but fathers really teach you how to play with children. My grandfather and my stepfather, more than my father, but my grandfather especially, my grandfather taught me how to play with children. As I said, I taught my brothers how to play with children. And I got taught that by two different men. Because at a point when they're little, they need that physical hugs and body slams and flips upside down. And, you know, they need that. And as I said, like even with my daughter now, 10, 11 in August, you know, it gets sad because that leaves. Because at a certain point, a young lady doesn't need that anymore. But what you have to find joy in, you've done it enough to fill her tank with it. No, thank you, Necessary Evil. ACWE, A Pale Horse. Hey, the Mac, what's happening? The Mac Bone Files. Sorry, I've been talking. Wasn't paying attention to the raps. Good to see you. Yeah, all ball games. Yeah. And the ball fields. It's sacred ground. You know, the ball fields is sacred ground. That's why you look anywhere in the pyramids in Mexico, you see where they put the ball fields. And the same way with the mounds. See, that's what people miss about the mounds. And I'll be going back and forth with Tasha and Dane about that. What you got to understand, most mounds is put in parks. You know, they have that area sacred most of the time. And you can find that information. Look it up. You can find that, though. Most mounds had ball fields near them. Now, there are some consecutive mounds, but like if you look at Shapiro, you even look into the ones in St. Louis, you can see where the ball fields are put. So that's a part of America, North America, South America. That's a part of just our culture that was taken over. You know, that was taken over. Like it's a game that they played in St. Louis, or the monument or the mound near St. Louis. And what it was you took a stone and you rolled the stone, and where the stone landed, two people rolled throw their stones out, and where they landed, and you know they had a certain amount to throw it out. You started throwing sticks to see who could get the closest to the stones. And you know, obvious is like cornhole. You talking about horseshoes? I mean, it's even somewhat curling in a way. So you see how these games have been played in America, and they generated other games. Because when they took the ball field into America, and then they started having these lakes that froze, they played the ball game on the lake. And we see where basketball comes from. We see the dude saw nothing but looking at, you know, the way they was playing in South America, and he just turned the hoop on, because there are hoops that are like this in South America too. Ain't all of them just turned. Some of them probably even turned artificially to make you not think that basketball, he copied the idea of basketball out of the Americas. All ball games come out of the Americas. First rubber that is used come out of the Americas. You even got sacred mounds in Hot Springs, Arkansas. That's right. Hey, Jodi, thank you for joining me. I'm happy the Bengals covered. Yeah. I think that's what I forgot to talk about last night. Last place Super Bowl equals 666. Donald equals 99. Burrow. And like, if you didn't read my in the community where I posted that picture, and that's what got me Saturday night. Saturday night, I looked up pictures of Bacchus, and there was like 2 or 3 where he got the horns. And I'm like, oh, that's a tail right there. That's a big tail. And so that was another tail on. But my biggest thing, you know, was saying that they don't like new teams to win. I mean, they really don't. This is a small club. I mean, out of what is it now? 32, 33, 34 teams? The same about 10, 14 teams have won. And you know they made sure the oldest teams stay in that. You know, the Giants, Bears, Packers, Lions is an old team too. Eagles, well, you know the Eagles, but Eagles was in 2 other Super Bowls, or 1 other Super Bowl before they won. Yeah, 1 other one. Nope, McNabb took them to that Super Bowl with Terrell Owens. but they tend to not like the new teams to win. And I've said the same thing with NCAA, very, very, very the same way. They don't really like Gonzaga, maybe. With Chet, maybe. With Chet Holmgren, maybe they'll go this year. My friend bet 20K on the game. Oh, okay. Then he cleaned up. Hey, Mr. Lamborghini, leg lock, what's happening? Thank you for joining. Yeah. I mean, it was, the money was out there, and the Bengals wasn't, again, they didn't cover, so that was a great pick for the people that got the points. I mean, that was the smart way to gamble. That's the way that you made the money. So really, picking the Bengals, like even I teased Zach and them, the Bengals as a pick wasn't a bad pick because they didn't cover. So a lot of people cleaned up, but a lot of Rams got abbreviated or blew away is what I'm trying to say, because you looked at the money that Vegas took in and all that, the people that took the Rams and gave up the points. Yeah. And you think they didn't miss that extra point on purpose. When you looked at the final score, you saw they missed that extra point on purpose. So that's how the game, see, that shows you how scripted the game is. Here is a play that happened in the first period that they knew would be affected in the fourth period. So you ain't thinking that the egghead is in the room and they're not looking at every play. See, that's what people forget, is they are going over all this. It is going to play out pretty much like a screenplay. It is going to play out pretty much like a screenplay. Another 3-point spread playoff game. Yeah, Diamas. Yes, a bunch of them. Did he hit? Yeah, did he hit Jodi? No, he didn't hit. Ooh. He must have had the Rams. And gave up the 4. What did I do? Oh, okay. Just the lighting. It's deeper than that. It cost me first half. I had over 23.5. Woo. That is a ouch. That is a ouch. I didn't make that much, but I made a lot. I'll say that. It was nice. And then my son I live with, we bet for 25. So it's gonna be working. It's working. It's cool. Some ways I wish I'd expanded more, but I want a bunch of crypto too, because one of the bets was in crypto. So it's like, yeah, I ended up getting a little of that. I had need OBJ to go to get 60 yards. He ended with 52, 250 prop bet. Wow. But I want somebody to step forward, because somebody said that Odell, like in the streams lately, somebody put that Odell was going to get hurt on purpose. Who was that? Somebody need to step forward and say who made that prediction. So that came because as soon as I saw him, now they saying he got an ACL tear. Wondered, and I showed the video of him when he got his ankle destroyed. Whatever he wasn't following an agenda, they got him because they destroyed his ankle in the preseason game. And I broke that down on my other channel where they destroyed his ankle. And I showed like it was no reason for the dude to hit him the way they did in preseason. It was an attack on him. And that's when he first got hurt. Now they say ACL injury, maybe he did take that odd step because the ball was slightly behind him, but I don't know. It made me think of what somebody said that he was going to go down, and sure enough, he did go down. So maybe because really they can scope your leg. Some ACLs, I think you can still get scoped. I think. Because I know both my meniscus, they used to take out your meniscus when you tear it. Now they just try to put it back together a little bit. They don't try to be as evasive. So I still have both my meniscus, but in the old days, they would cut that shit out. What was his name? Roy, that played with Portland. Man, he ended up being like bone to bone. And there's shit that they can inject in your legs. Like when you don't have any fluid, you know, they tear the meniscus and you ain't got no fluid in your legs and your legs become bone to bone. Don't you know there's a fluid that they can freaking shoot in your knee that'll let you play the game? That's what Roy had to do. Ooh, can you imagine how much that has to hurt afterwards? And how many games can you do that? Ooh, that's what he did to play. That's what he did to play. Couldn't be healthy with the Super Bowl for some time, it seems. Yeah. At least the first half, he stretched the field. I mean, he made it where they was dominant. He made it where they was dominant. And that's probably why they took him. Was the hardest. Oh, okay. Surgery of all of them. Okay. So you must have had full surgery. And I know some cats that had full surgery, had the full zipper. Like when they showed Klay Thompson in that milk commercial, you know, not cow's milk, but I think that was the brand name of their drink. One of the commercials showed his actual knee, and he had full surgery. I mean, full zipper up the middle. So, that's what it's called. He says stem cell fluid. Stem cell fluid. I don't think it's that serious, but could be. Let me see. Most regular season games that were close had coach challenges, but the biggest game of all, nothing. Yeah, especially on that face mask. That face mask was like, how didn't you challenge that? They stopped talking about the cortisone shots. And you know, steroid eat bone. Even my own doctor said that. Steroids will eat bone. Hey, Lorenzo, thank you. Was it you, Lorenzo, that called for the Beckham injury? Was it you? A lot of those guys get stem cells. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess that's to see. Love your knowledge and your positive vibe. It keeps me knowing that I can make it through. Literally, thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Barbara. Anytime. I'm glad it's positive. Oh, thank you. You stupid fool. Nice. Odell was a sacrifice. Yeah, I kind of felt that too. I did feel that too. Damn, let me turn the car on. I'm fogging up. All right, I'm in here fogging up. I'm fogging the car up, so the girls will be here in 15 minutes, so it's cool. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep on exposing them, you know, because again, for me, it's religious. It's like I've said before, the way the energy is supposed to be used, the energy is supposed to be used as a healing thing. You know, as I've talked before, you look at Mexico and you see them cats trying to play on a healing field because they made the field as a spiritual place. And so, no, I didn't. I didn't pay much attention to him. Okay. So he says it wasn't your information. Yep, stem cell injected in a damaged ligament tissue can stimulate cells to repair and restore. Did it come back? did my sound come back? I think this stuff I'm talking about was just like one game. This is why I don't need to wear the glasses. I can't read. Yeah, they took all my first channel down. They took it all down. Yep. Hey Nicole. They took it all down. What's everybody thinking for the NBA finals matchup this year? I kind of thinking they building Nets to win next year. I'm still thinking Warriors, Sixers, a Wilt thing. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Guess it kicked me out. Oh yeah. I am. I'm really good. I got some heavy pockets. I take advantage of these games, and you know, right bets at the right time. You know, the timing. The halftime was pretty entertaining. Face mask grab scared me for a second. Let me tell you one thing about halftime that my therapist brought up that I didn't even pick up. It was like when Kendrick Lamar was it Kendrick Lamar? It was one of the performances. I'm not sure, but it was like they had the dudes who was crip walking on the field dressed in prison gear. I didn't even pick that up. That was now they had them crip walking in front of the stage. They was wearing prison outfits. I didn't even pick that up. But they were wearing the prison, like they had the matching like tan. Like some prisoners, had that tan. Like I know in Michigan, some of their prisons, they used to have this blue outfit they had to wear. And then if motherfuckers be like on death row, they wear like the Mason shit. That's interesting. Michigan doesn't have a death row, but if it's like what is it, life? They wear a different outfit. They was wearing different outfits. I know when they'd come into court or we take them to court, they had to wear a different outfit. Seemed like the first degree murder was a checkered Mason kind of top. Seemed like. Oh, hey, there's Read My Soul. What's happening, man? But yeah, the prison garb. Oh my goodness, wearing that prison stuff. See, I didn't pick that one up. Conspiracy days. Why would they make that stuff up? Crazy. Wow. Now, if any of that's what stuff's fake or conspiracy, why would they make that stuff up? Dr. Sinister said he noticed the prison gear. Yeah, I didn't even pick that up. And I like when she mentioned, I was like, oh, that's right. That's right. But seeing them crip walk. Yeah. But as a production, I'll say this for Jay-Z. As a production, it was good. As a production, it was good. And like I said, I was swerving the whole time. It's like 20 minutes of just back and forth. I just back and forth. That's the only dance I know. I just get in the middle and, get busy with it. But I mean, as a production, as a visual, yeah, they did good. They did well. Other than the 50, other than having this fat ass hang upside down for one, which was stupid. I mean, they could have integrated him better than having him hanging upside down with his big ass. So, yeah. And, I picked up the cheetah print, even though it was in glass or crystals. Mary J. Blige was wearing cheetah print. FEMA camp entertainers. True. The Dickie suit or the come for prison. Yeah, exactly. Where the building they was doing the halftime show on looks almost exactly like a FEMA camp in Australia. Yeah, I think I saw that too. I think I did. Hey, Key, what's happening? Man, I watched your brother last night. The similarities you both have, I love it. Oh yeah, we do. I don't think his timing with the Richard Pryor is not as strong as mine. I don't know if he had the greater influence, but yeah, I mean, you look at us too. You see the similarities. Like my son we were somewhere, like we didn't have we had shorts on, maybe like sandals, and my son was like, man, you two are like, you're just taller, but I'm looking at your legs, I'm looking at your knees, and it's like almost identical. Them peoples. I like the way you put it. I'm not gonna name names, but folks on here call themselves exposing these kind of things. Go out there, they're wrong. They want people to get it. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I'll say that too. I'll say it's guilty of that too. Some of it is totally misleading, and this money, people be putting these monies into this. It was a good set piece of some of your breakdowns were good. Thank you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. 50 Cent was doing the hanging man. Yeah, I did. I got that too. Because when I saw that, I thought about Jodi. When I saw that, I was like, I wonder if Jodi noticed the hanging man. Yeah, definitely was. But that's good that you picked that up. Thanks for mentioning. I wrote it down. I forgot about it. So thank you for mentioning that. Yep, it absolutely was. But how the hanging man come growth too. That's why one side be the vine, or they be hung on a tree. Because that can even go into the laughing Jesus. where Jesus pretty much says it's the avatar, you know, him and his boy getting blitzed, and his boy's like, damn, they fucking you up. And he's like, yeah, they're not fucking me up. They're not getting me. That's something else they're getting. It ain't me. And they go back with what Fred Hampton say. You can kill the revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution. I mean, a 21-year-old said that. He understood that this energy will keep going. I mean, I guess that's why, you know, Fight the Power was so strong. Just the idea that you could fight it. But history and everything is just, you know, take you away. Oh, man, today is Ick. Today is Ick, day 2. And part of Ick is like, what it looks like is like a, how do I explain this? So if you looked at a bird, look at him down, you know how you would look at the T of the bird? I'm not really trying to give you the Jesus, you know, inference of this, but it's like if you saw a bird from above, you know, you would see kind of a T, you know, where the, like if you did the cross and you push the cross up, you kind of see it like that. So that's the sign. So it's like my Mayan cards are so strong where I'll share this. Part of it is the hawk. You know, birds, I kind of have a little bit of kind of relationship too, but it was just saying meditate with the card, and as I was meditating with the card, sure enough, it gave me that hawk sight. I mean, and I know the She Legit helps completely with that, but it's like, I don't know how deep people can get, but it's like when you break through this, there is like another sun, another reality that looks like this, but it's like once you get past this, it's a bluer sky, it's a yellower sun. I mean, it's really amazing how this will vanish and that comes in. But it was like, I know, you know, the combination of the She Legit too, so I got a little bit of that hawk vision today. It was kind of like unexpected, really unexpected, but things come in so clear sometimes that you wonder what this thing is. Like you can break through to that, and it just really makes you wonder what this is. And that's where the idea of illusionary. The yelling Crip was a little much for me. Oh, the ritual. Yep, the ritual. 23 hangman. There you go. Vans are selling flowers for buckets. It's a regular ass banquet. Yeah, I don't have any special heart, so. Stoop Dogs, the talk to sellout. Yeah, I agree with that. Well, look at my brother's breakdown of it. 50 Cent preferring the club. The reason he's upside down because of video. Yeah, I know that. I know that, Lorenzo. I know that. He's like, today he looked like Missy in the garage. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that it came from the club. Yeah. I mean, that first CD was great. It had 21 questions on it. That first CD he made was great. It was great. I remember it was like my ex-wife's birthday was around that time. And like I had bought the CD, but I hadn't really listened to 21 questions. And it was like, they kept playing it. It was like, oh shit, you know, I had it at home. I had the CD, but I remember at her birthday, you know, it was her birthday around that time. And so we was partying, but 21 questions, I hadn't really paid attention to it. And I remember to hear it at the club, that beat. So yeah. You know, music is, I've always followed music. I would say now, you know, it's so much more or so much less. I mean, I listen to kind of everything. It's funny, the Dramatics make a song called In the Rain, and my son, this is my son. My son said he hated the song because he said when his mother moved out, he said I was playing it a lot. But then this is what he says. This is what he says. He says, well, yeah, you was playing it a lot when that young girl was here. And like when I broke up with her, I broke up with my ex-wife, I met a 20-year-old woman. And that's what he was talking about. I'm friends with her on Facebook now. I think it's been over 10 years. So she's like almost 30 now. But I'll say something. I forgot what a 20-year-old woman looked like. It is a big difference between a 35-year-old woman and a 20-year-old woman. You kind of forget that women look like that at 20. It's like, whoa. But it was funny. It's like, I hate that song because you was always playing it. So it wasn't like I wasn't with somebody. It's just music that I like. Who is this? Lobo, what's happening, my man? Everybody get on Lobo stuff too. Lovo does good work exposing these mugs, and as many eyes as we can get exposing them peoples, you know, more people gonna pay attention. And the club video shows how they clone these sellouts. Oh, that's a good point. Pimping. Oh my goodness, Wendy. Woof. She's still beautiful. But I think she's still around. I mean, I'm friends with her on Facebook. I imagine I could get in touch with her. You know, she handled her business, you know. She's good business person too. Good business person. She was wise at a very young age, very wise person at a young age. She was the one that hit me to Mars, really. Now, some of the history and stuff, but part of being a time walker is, you know, and I haven't found a more that, you know, Moors get caught up in so much dogma. It ain't about dogma. It's just like everything, you know, it's some good that came out of that as well. But what I see brothers is brother get caught in the dogma. And it's hard for me to find, you know, because the time walking, that's part of the time walking is, oh, here they come, is being cool with Moors. And I haven't really found Moors that, you know, worthy Moors that fit that. Well, as you see the minis is here. So I should be on midnight. Till we meet again, say less.
It's a school night, God. It's a school night.
Not for me.
It's so